I created this eye look just to give you an idea of some of the looks that you can do for Sunday morning. If you're interested in this type of video, then keep watching. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki, known here as the One-Handed Bandit, and today I'm going to be doing a neutral / everyday eye look, and I will be working out of the Makeupshack Rainforest palette, and these are the shades in the palette. So I'm going to be going very neutral. So basically a chocolate brown, a nude, and that's about it. So I typically like to keep my looks toned down for church, and that's because personally I like to keep it very simple, very neutral. There are times that I go a little bit crazy because sometimes I don't know where my looks are going. I sit down in front of my vanity and I pick a palette, and it's just wherever my hands take me is where I'll go. This is my Colourpop concealer in dark 40. So in case you were thinking about wearing makeup to church, I am going to give you an idea of a look that you can wear to church. This is not, you know, this is not what you have to wear, but just a suggestion. I'm just blending out that Colourpop concealer. And you don't have to use concealer as an eye base. You can use an eye primer, the Urban Decay eye primer. You can use the Anastasia eye primer. Whatever eye primer you choose, it's fine. You can use your concealer, but I like to go light with my primer because I like my colors to be, you know, to be vibrant and pigmented on my eyes. So I'm going to go in with, none of these shades have names, so I'll just be pointing to them. So I'm going to use this chocolate brown shade right here. And I'm just going to add that in my crease. And my crease is right here. So this look is going to be really simple, very quick and easy to do. And you don't necessarily have to use this palette. You can use any neutral tone palette that you have. So you see that brown is not too deep, not too light, but just enough to add some color into your crease area. So now that that chocolate brown is all blended in my transition area, I'm going to go in with my lid shade. And on my lid, I'm going to go extremely light. And I'm going to use this matte nude shade. It looks very close to white, but it is not. It's very, I would say it's more like a beige. And I'm just going to add that all over my lid. And I'm using my eye socket as a guide as to where to place the shadow and how to blend it. I'm just following my eye socket. So it looks worse before it gets better. So it may look ashy right now, but this look will pop in a moment. And if you're darker than me, you don't have to go this light. You can go with a more darker shade, like a deeper tan. And instead of the chocolate brown, you can go with something just a little bit deeper. You can even go with black if you're much deeper than I am. So now I'm going to go back in with the chocolate brown again, and I'm just going to deepen up the outer portion of my eye. So that's pretty much the eye look. I just add on some eyeliner and lashes. So for my liner, I'm using the Wet n Wild liquid eyeliner. This is my holy grail eyeliner. I have not found an eyeliner that works as good as this, that's easy to use, easy for me to manage. And for your liner, you don't have to even do a wing. You can just line your bottom, line your lower lash line. And I don't typically do my liner this thick and bold. But since the look is so minimal, I decided to make the liner a little thicker, and the lashes will pretty much cover up the liner. And I can't give any tips on how to get your liner even, because for me, my left eye is always different than my right. It's just however my hand guides me is how my liner will turn out. Okay, so now the liner is on. I'm just going to pop on some lashes. And for my lashes, I try to keep it pretty minimal, pretty, you know, everyday lashes, nothing too bold and dramatic. So I'm going to pop on these lashes, and they are by the brand Koutored Lashes, and they are in the style Cute. You can DM her on Instagram at Koutored Lashes, and she'll be able to process your order through PayPal and get your lashes sent out to you. So now that I've already added my lashes, I'm going to do the rest of my face. And I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty Primer. I do have dry skin, so this helps prime my face as well as keep me moisturized. And for foundation, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Trueblend Matte Foundation, and it is in the shade D40. Actually, I love all of my drugstore foundations. They work just as good as high-end foundations. You just have to find the right one that works for you. And so far, all the ones that I have tried, I actually like. So I'm going to blend out the foundation with a flat top kabuki brush that looks like this. And if you're not having a good outcome with your foundation, you may want to just blend a little more. If you use a brush, you may want to try a beauty sponge, and if you're using a beauty sponge, you may want to try with a brush, because sometimes the application is what deters people from wearing foundation. I'm using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. So I'm going to blend out the concealer, and I'm just lightly tapping the edges of the concealer so that it blends in with the foundation. And up here, I just lightly tap and look up and make sure that it's blended on my waterline, just like that. Set my under eye concealer, I'm going in with one of my favorite translucent setting powders by Mercier. Now that that is all set and blended, I'm going to set the rest of my face with my Mercier Translucent powder in medium deep, and this is just a mini size that I purchased for travel, and I will be picking up a full size very shortly. If you have oily skin, you can let it sit for a little while, but because I have dry skin, I want to dust away that powder as soon as possible because you don't want the powder to set into those dry areas. So I like to contour my nose, and I do this all the time whenever I do my makeup, and whether I'm going out with my friends or my honey, or even if I'm going to church, I always contour, and I always contour my nose. So I'm using the NYX California Beaming bronzer. This is in the shade the OC, and I love this bronzer. So I'm just gonna add just a tiny bit, and I'm gonna contour my nose. If you have a wide nose like I do, this will help with slimming the nose and make it look more snatched. But since I enjoy this bronzer, I like to use it as a bronzer for my face, and it also steps in as a blush as well because it has a reddish undertone. So you see how it adds a little bit of sheen. It also adds a little bit of reddish color. So I'm going to set with my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist Spray. This is pretty much almost done. I'm hoping I get some out of it. Looks like I could get one more application out of that setting spray. And for my highlighter, I'm going to be using the Crayon Case highlighter in the shade in Honor Roll. It's the Honor Roll highlighter. It's a black owned brand. I love supporting black owned brands, and this highlighter is absolutely gorgeous on the skin. So then now that we have put on our unit, we're almost done with this look. So for lips, I typically go very nude and neutral. And one of the lip liners that I by the brand, the Crayon Case. And this liner is in the shade Coffee. So I just line my lips. So that liner adds a little bit of transition between your lips and the lipstick. So I'm going to be using the Shayla Colourpop liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Speed Up. So this is the final look with my church ready makeup look. Now, you don't necessarily have to follow my steps. Sometimes I do go in a little more neutral with a brown lip. Sometimes I don't use liner. Sometimes I'll just use more of a mauve nude. Sometimes I'll just use a gloss. But as far as the eyes go, I think this is absolutely cute. But if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to this channel. Also like this video and be sure to turn on your notification so that you can be notified whenever I upload video and you never miss an upload. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.